Hello friends, today I am explain the last house on the left. I hope you like it. Let's go now. Without further delay. The Last House of the Left 2009 is like Disney. The film started by showing two police officers who were carrying a criminal named Kirk in their car. He was repeatedly looking back from the car, as if he was waiting for someone. Then, when a railway crossing came along, they stopped their car and were waiting for it to pass. Then, a car hit their car with force. That car dragged their car and ran away, which caused a lot of trouble for the two officers. Now, people got out of the other car, in which there was a boy and a girl. Both of them were actually with the criminal Kirk and had come here to save him. The boy was Turk's brother and the girl was his friend. The officers were injured, so the three of them went to him and beat him up a lot. Then, they shot him in the head and killed him. After that, a 17-year-old girl, who was the shift maid, came. But the one whose name was Mary was a very good swimmer, that is, she could swim very well. Her parents were so busy in their lives that they could not give their only daughter Mary one-on-one time because her father was a doctor and her mother was also busy. So, to enjoy spending time with their daughter, they made a plan to go to a house near the lake. When they reached their house, we can see from the pictures there that America also had a brother. Now, because she was not feeling well, she was asking her father for permission to go and meet her friend. Her mother suddenly became quiet because she was worried about her safety. She forbade her from going, but her father allowed Mary to go. He even gave her the car keys and some money, which she could use. But her mother did not agree with this decision. Now Mary left here and brought a friend of hers who was from the city. She was working in a store, talking, and both of them noticed a boy who had been in the store for a long time. He was watching them very carefully while buying the goods. Well, now he came to the counter and asked for cigarettes from Mary Kay, but because she was young, she refused to give him cigarettes. On this, the boy said that if you give me cigarettes, I will give you a party in return. We will have a lot of fun. Now, Mary Kay's friend agreed to this. When she reached out to pay for the cigarettes, she took money from her pocket. He had a note with blood on it. He took it out and quickly put it in his pocket, and this thing was not seen by Mary and her friend, after which the three of them reached the boy's house. She stopped in my car, she did not go in, while her friend and the boy went in and stopped in my car and waited for them. Now, after a long time, when her friend did not return, Mary also came inside the house to check and saw that my friend and the boy were sitting together, smoking and drinking and enjoying themselves. I told my friend that it was too late, now we should go, but when she started to insist because she said, "Oh, Mary, you should also enjoy yourself with us," Mary had to agree to her words. She also started smoking and drinking with them and enjoying herself. And in this way, they became friends for those days. Then Mehdi got a call from his mother, who asked him, "Son, where have you been? How long will Anna be home? I am worried." To this, she replied, "Actually, I am my friend's mother. I'm with you. If you have permission, I can stay at her house tonight," but before she can say anything, the signal goes out, which is why the phone gets disconnected. After that, these people talk to each other and after a while, the boy's family comes here. The people who killed the officers were none other than the same people. His brother and his friend were in the same club. This boy had a garden. He tells his son, Mary's friend, that the police are after me and you are having fun with the girls here. If you have any concerns, then Mary tells her brother and friend to catch these two girls and make them prisoners. Then they both catch Mary and her friend. Both of them get scared. Mary tells them, "Please let us go. I promise you won't tell anyone about these people." But still, Kirk doesn't listen to her. Instead, his brother starts threatening them with a knife. Because of this, Mary gets very scared and asks her son, her friend, for help. Now, although he is trying to help them, he doesn't want to. "I was trying to and was forced to do what I said, so I couldn't help them." My friend immediately ran away from the area and went to the bathroom. She closed the door and started calling the police. Park's brother came there through the window and caught her. He chained her phone and immediately broke it, which she also started beating herself up. Along with this, these people also broke Medi's phone so that she wouldn't try to call anyone again. After that, they kidnapped her and started leaving from here. On the way, Mary saw that this was the same road that leads to our lake house. She saw that she had been hit by a plane. She suddenly started shaking violently and tried to open the same door and run away. By doing this, her car's balance was lost and she hit a tree, and in this way, their car got into a very bad accident. At that moment, Mary's friends started running away from there, but both Creek's brother and friends started chasing her. Her friend ran away to a factory. She started running to help him, but then they both caught her and immediately brought her back. They tied both the girls and made them lie on the ground. The girl said to her daughter, motivational, "You are friends of both of them, so do not oppress them and do whatever you want," because he did not want to do that, so he clearly forbade it. Mir's friends got angry at their actions, so she abused them, which made Kirk so angry that he took a knife and made a deep cut on her stomach and left her there to keep her there. After that, he went to Mary's place, where at first he beat Mary badly and later he did a lot of bad things to her, and all this was helped by her friends. In the meantime, finding an opportunity, Mary picked up a stone and hit Turkey on the head. She immediately ran away from here. They went to the jail. Then a robber and his companions also came there. Those who saw Mary started shooting at her, but not a single bullet hit her. She quickly jumped into the jail and continued to. It keeps moving forward because the one who was a pretty good swimmer was still constantly shooting at her before. He was hit by a bullet, which did not kill him, but he was badly injured and he regained consciousness in the water. People thought he was dead and left there. They went to a nice house to ask for help because a relative's brother and his son were injured. They took them to the house, which belonged to no one else but my mother, Dad. Because they did not know this, they called them in and Dad started treating their wounds because she was a doctor. I told her that since you guys are our guests, you can stay in our guest house tonight if you want, because it is raining heavily outside and you guys don't even have a car, to which they agreed. She also made coffee for all of them. When the Greek son went to the kitchen to keep his own, he realized that these two were his dads after seeing Mary's picture on the fridge, but he did not tell anyone and hid it because he was afraid that my dad would kill them both. Then he sat there and she also started crying because she was feeling ashamed that if I had not brought them to my house, all this would not have happened to them both and that she would be alive today. Then, Mary's noticed that they lived there went back to everyone and now all four of them go to sleep. When they started going to their room, they started hearing strange sounds from outside the house. When I went outside to check on them, they were quite surprised to see that Mary was lying there in a very injured condition. She got scared and ran to her immediately. Seeing her daughter in such a condition, her condition also worsened. She quickly brought her inside. The bullet was lodged in her back, which she needed to remove. Her mother went to the kitchen to get all the necessary equipment to remove it. She saw it on the medical locket lying there. She picked it up and brought it to her husband and told him that when Mary went out, she was wearing this locket and now look, I found it in the kitchen. The son of the killer had gone to the kitchen, so he must have kept it there, which means that these people have done this to our daughter. While telling her, she started crying and Mary's father also started crying with her. Then when they started treating their daughter, they realized that these people had done a lot of wrong to Mary, which made them very angry and they decided to take revenge on all of them. They asked their wife for the rice for the boat so that they could leave here first because they had to save their stomach. Mel brought them the key, after which they went and launched the boat into the water. Meanwhile, everyone in the guest house was sleeping, but Creek's son was not sleeping and she secretly went and picked up the gun lying next to her father. She was in the kitchen, so she was taking a knife to kill these people. She felt sick. She did not know what they were saying and it was on the switch. She did not see the picture of me. Therefore, Mary's command did not let her go to the side of the refrigerator and confused her in her words and made a syrup. She drank the syrup and as soon as she came out, she saw Mary lying on the table before she could say anything about it. He goes and tells his bike to the PTC countryman and attacks him. Then he somehow frees himself and takes the knife. I catch the camel and try to kill him with the knife. That's all. My dad got here. They grab her by the hair and pull her back, then they injure her hands a lot, to make her suffer even more. They dip her hands in hot water, she started to writhe. Seeing me, my dad picks up a stick and sticks it in her head. He doesn't die, he starts writhing and ties her up like that. Both of their friends were sleeping, while Kirk's son was sitting on the side with a gun, who at first points the gun at them but doesn't shoot, but rather gives the gun to my dad. Her eyes widened when she heard the sound of the gun. As soon as she got up, my dad shoots her. The bullet hits her neck and goes out. She starts bleeding a lot, so she quickly hides in the washroom. My cat opens the washroom door and comes in. My mom also grew up there, where at first they beat a friend a lot, then they shoot him in the neck and kill him even after putting it in my hand. My eyes opened and dad started shooting at him too, and he quickly jumped out of the window and ran inside their house. When he went inside, he found his brother's body. On the table, he saw blood and blood-stained clothes. Seeing this, he couldn't understand why these people had killed my brother and why they wanted to kill me now. Then he looked at me and his mother, who was in the boat and was just about to leave, and he understood that I had their daughter and these people were fighting us to take revenge for her. In the same time, I said, Dad also went inside looking for her. Rag had also seen them. Yes, a dangerous fight broke out between the two of them. They were both picking up things and hitting each other hard. They were also hitting each other hard with their hands. But in a short time, the coffin started to fall on them. He was beaten to death and injured her badly. When she was lying on the ground in an injured state, she refused to be buried. He also tells us what we did to your daughter and her friend, which made them even more angry, so they gathered courage and started fighting again, but with the help of 3 things, an iron rod in his hand, he started beating them again and would have killed them with all their might. Naturally, America's friend, that is, Garda, takes his son with a gun and stands with the gun pointed at his own dead, but one of them snatches the gun from him, grabs his hair and starts beating him. He then grabs his face and starts beating him more, and after using PTC meds, they attack him, which makes him leave his son. This America dead was also gone, and now both of them started beating him together. They beat him a lot, which injured him so much that he immediately fainted and died there. Both of them took their daughter, Mary, and Karachi's daughter and left from here by their boat. Now, because Red was still alive, Mary's dead could not rest because she could not leave her daughter's criminal alive like that. So I came back and cracked a sharp blade. They cut the body and sliced it like this when he was unconscious, meaning that now his whole body was covered in blood. He had become a living corpse that I could not bring back. When the Turk regained consciousness, I started asking my dad, "Are you a doctor or a surgeon? Tell me what you have done. Have you had any surgery on me?" His dad replied, "Whatever I have done, you will enjoy it very much. But the fun will come when you put the head of the living child in the wool and put it in a full suit and leave from there." Which caused a lot of pain. His head melted and smoke started coming out of the oven. Suddenly, his head bursts open, causing several pieces to fall from his head. In this way, he died a painful death and my revenge for the mistake was fulfilled. Now this story teaches us many lessons, such as always giving time to your children, going out with them, etc., so that the children do not go out. Don't get into the habit or hobby of doing wrong things like this, and if for some reason you are unable to give time to your children, always keep an eye on them and always take care of their safety. With this message, this movie ends here.